Hello, everybody. Frank Verhelli here. My thought of the day is, life is a lot like a boat. Meaning, if you have a canoe or you have a yacht, either way, you can be on your journey somewhere. Question is, you're the one who either builds the canoe out of a tree trunk by yourself with the aid of others, or you join society, get out in the world, work hard, amass a fortune, purchase a yacht, and enjoy your life, right? Well, now what do you do with this? So either way, you have your vessel docked or anchored somewhere. Why? Well, you have to get on it. Okay, can't get on something that's moving unless you're swimming, then you're getting wet. Or if you're running at the end of the dock to jump onto it. Either way, that stress sometimes is necessary, but it could be without. So, point is, you have your vessel, you pull up your anchor. Well, where do you do? Where do you go? You haven't bottled up the flow of energy, so to speak. If you're in a river, you could float along with it. Even if you're in the sea, you can float along with it, and you'll end up where the flow ends up, where it takes you. Now you can have a rudder, and you can control the direction. Do I go left? Do I go right? Do I go in circles? Most people go in circles because left and right is indecisive. Point is, you have a vessel, you have a rudder, you control the direction, but you're still at the mercy of the flow of the water underneath you. So you get yourself a sail, right? Or you get yourself a gas-powered engine. Either way, that propulsion, that drive, that determination, that ability within the vessel can steer you upstream instead of downstream with the flow. You can go back upstream, you can go across the world, you can go anywhere you want to go by harnessing the flow of energy that's around you. So again, let me illustrate this a little bit better for you. So you're in the ocean, you're not anchored to anything, you're floating around aimlessly, going from San Francisco to Hawaii. Well, I know that if I turn my rudder 2, 3, 4 degrees, I'll get from San Francisco to the Hawaiian Islands. Well, what if I miss? What if my degrees are off? Well, I end up in Japan, I end up in Australia, I might end up in Alaska. What if I lose my sense of direction? Well, I'll end up in LA. I could end up back in San Francisco itself. I don't know, because my chart, my map, my calculations could be off. So we spend our lives mastering those calculations, getting to the point to where we know if we turn left, if we turn right, if we keep ahead. Either way, we go with the flow and we make adjustments accordingly, as long as we have that vision far enough out in front of us and we keep our focus on that vision far enough out in front of us. Well, what happens if we're doing this at night? Can't see. Or if you're doing it at a great distance, can't see. San Francisco to Hawaii is pretty far to be able to see in one shot, right? So what you do is you get in your boat, you float around on the sea, you make calculations using math, using science, using the weather patterns, using the stars at night, all of those fun things. Or, of course, GPS navigation nowadays. So yes, that'll help you, guide you maybe, to your goal. But what are you going to do? Kick your feet? You're going to row? How hard do you want to make that journey to get from point A to point B? Well, you could harness what nature has, which is the wind, putting up a sail. Or you can harness what man has created, which is fuel for an engine. Either way, that costs money. So you have that choice again. Do I want to harness what nature has for me? Or do I want to work hard to create something that, yes, could be a little bit easier, could take more time? That's up to you. So in the end, what does this all mean? Well, we're all given that vessel, our body. We all are surrounded by that flow of energy, of everything, of life. We can choose which path we want to go using the charts that we feel, the destinations that we want. And ultimately we can choose how quickly or slowly, clearly or ignorantly, ultimately, it's our free will to get to the destination, how we choose to get to the destination. So my ask for you is it enjoyable? Is it desirable? Is it something that's bringing you pleasure and fun? Is it something that's bringing you stress or pain? Those are your coordinates. Those are your guides, if you will. And that's where you use the rudder to steer around stress towards pleasure, steer around away from pain by jumping in with the current, using the sail or an engine, propelling you past moments in your life that no longer serve you, and getting you closer to the destination that you desire. Frank Hudverhelly here, signing off.